Hey guys, welcome back to another deadline stream. It's now Game Week 2 deadline stream. I'm Akhilesh today, and Shuman is not available right now. It's like odd hours, middle of the hours for him in the West Coast. So Saturday streams I will be doing. So yeah, I think let's just get started with the questions. This is my team at the moment. Henderson is on goal. Alexander Arnold, Gabriel Robinson at are the three defenders. Diogo Jota, Eze, Saka, and Nkunku, and front three is Muniz, Isak, and Haaland, currently triple captain. Very contemplating a lot on that, and let's see how that goes. And my bench is Bentley, Hall, Sangare, and Johnson. So that's basically my team. I'm rolling my transfer, and my only decision right now, big decision to make, is whether I continue to keep the triple captain on Haaland. But before that, yeah, let me know your questions, guys, and we make it a very interactive deadline stream where you keep asking me questions. I will give you my thoughts. There's a lot of decisions others have to make, I guess, because I've been lucky. I've not had any of Solanke, Kwanzaa, or Barco in my team, so I've been lucky. I've not been having transfer dilemmas, but I'm sure that there are a lot of teams that have been a little unlucky, I'd say, with these people. Let's just get started, and let me know your questions. Also, let me know if the audio is fine and the video is also good, and we can start. Okay, Parth. I have Henderson, Trent, Robinson, Gabriel Poro, Eze, Gordon, Salah, and Kuku, Isak, with Solanke on the bench. No, I think you have a good defense, so you don't need to sell him. All the four defenders are well playable for this week, and you can hold Solanke for this week. He's not dropped in price. He probably will drop in price, but I think. Ange said he got a knock last week, so there's no definite confirmation. There were rumors that he could be out for a little longer, but there's no confirmation on that. So wait for the transfer, I guess. And the other thing is you'll have your free transfers, two free transfers next week, so you can make a better transfer rather than just Solanke out to someone, or even with Kwanzaa, the same thing. You can maybe downgrade one of your premium defenders and do a Solanke to a Watkins as well. So that because Watkins fixtures from next week onwards is very good. Pranaya's team, start Hall or sell Solanke and start his replacement 0.5 in the bank. I think you can start Hall. You got Robinson and ESR starting. That's good. They have Leicester at home. It's fine. Barco and Winks on the bench. I'd say hold Solanke for this week. Because already you have like ESR and Robinson who are playing Leicester. So another Fulham forward in Muniz might not be the best of ideas, especially when you're looking at selling Solanke. He could be back next week. So if you have a strong team, a strong bench where you can bench Solanke and play, say, a Gabriel or a Poro or a Robinson, then I'd say do that. And or even a Hall. I'd say do that and then bench Solanke and then have him next week if and when he's fit. Then if he's not fit next week, we can make that decision. Bench one of Rogers, Isak, Havertz. Rogers, I'd say. He's Arsenal at home, so it's a simple thing there. Sell or hold Mikolenko. If you have a better bench, just hold him and bench him. I don't think it's a priority sell this week, especially when you can upgrade him next week. That would be a better transfer rather than just selling him for someone else who is 4.5. I have Henderson. Yeah, I had told you, Pat. I think you can bench Solanke and play your team. It's a good team. Triple captain Haaland. Yeah, let me discuss a little bit about triple captaining Haaland. What I notice about Haaland right now with the preseason is he's fully fit. He's had a full preseason and he's going to go to the 90 minutes. And if he plays 90 minutes against a team at home, he has like quite often been very lethal, very ruthless. And you have De Bruyne, Foden probably starting today. That plays in his hands, and there's no Champions League to worry about. That is one thing, and the other thing is this season, we might see more single game week triple captains from managers. So trying to identify which is the best single game week would probably be the important thing over here. And I personally think when there is the least of other things happening around him, he probably is at his best. So that's why I'm looking at game week 2 and I'm triple captaining him. And I wouldn't talk anyone out of triple captaining Haaland as well. Is Aina fit? So from Nuno Espirito Santos press conference yesterday, he didn't reveal much on both the players who limped off, which is Aina and Elanga. He only said that Danilo is out for long surgery, so there's not much information over there. So I might guess that he might be back fit and start this week. If you have him, if you have a better player on your bench him. I don't think it's a priority sell this week. Start ESR on Minte. Already have Muniz and also want to start between Hall and Munoz. Munoz to start over Hall. That's a no-brainer. Uh, I think you should start ESR over Minte this week for the home fixture and a better fixture. Both of them playing home, but I think ESR has the better fixture, so you can sort of start him. Start João Pedro or Consa. I always start the attacker. Consa plays Arsenal, so João Pedro definitely should be starting ahead of him. Keep your questions coming, guys. I just try to. I'll switch to the other team, which is Anshuman's team. This is how his team's looking at this moment. Henderson is in goal. Robinson, Saliba, Munoz. It's a strong defense for him as well. Nkunku, Jota, Gordon, Saka, Haaland, Isak, and Mateta. I think he's done Solanke to Mateta, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, I don't think he's done any other transfer other than that. He has benched both Kwanzaa and Barco. I think he was one of the unlucky persons who had Solanke, Kwanzaa, and Barco in his team, and he has done Solanke to Mateta. I think Mateta is a good transfer as well. If you're in a similar situation as Anshuman where you have had Solanke, Kwanzaa, and Barco, I think your priority sell probably is Solanke. And because of the upside on the other forwards, you can. And my best alternatives, I did mention in the video yesterday as well, are Mateta, Muniz, and Armstrong. I think it's close between them. I'd probably put Armstrong over Muniz because he's 0.5 million cheaper and is more likely to play more minutes than Muniz for his team. He's the talisman. He doesn't have too many options. Muniz has Jimenez as well in his team. So I'd say Armstrong slightly ahead of Muniz. So it's Mateta, Armstrong, and Muniz for me. I think all three are good options. So if you want to sell Solanke and if you don't have a strong bench, that's only in that case. Otherwise, I just play Porro or Saliba or Robinson ahead of him if you have any of those. Spaghetti, start one Hall, Aina, or Bellis. I'd start Hall. I think he has an attacking potential this week. Bournemouth, like probably maybe there could be a clean sheet. I'm not sure about that. I don't think any of Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, or Southampton keep a clean sheet this week. Southampton are quite attacking, and Nottingham Forest also will look to pitch in a goal or not. Maybe Southampton have a good clean sheet odd, but I think I'd start Hall for the attacking potential over Howard Bellis. So there are a couple of other graphics I'd like to just take you through. This one is from Rob T FPL. Do follow him on Twitter. I think he does great work with his graphics showing the odds of anyone scoring goals, odds of matchup between teams. I think I'll come to that graphic next. But another reason why I'm looking at triple captaining Haaland is look at his projected goals in this chart. It's 1.34, zero point 0.6 more than anyone else this week. So he's a standout captain. Easily, if you have Haaland, you should captain him. If you don't have Haaland and have Salah, you can captain him instead. I don't think moving for a -4 makes a lot of sense. But Haaland is the standout captain this week. He's having a 40% share of the goals predicted for his team. So that basically means if City scores a goal, if there's a 40% chance that it is Haaland scoring that goal. So that is great as well. He's one goal, 74% to score at least one goal, 39% to score two goals. So he's tipped to score two goals more than most of the players in this list. So that also brings place to his hand. Two goals is plus bonus points is around 12, 13 points. And then maybe just another goal other than that is a great potential. That's why I think I'm leaning towards triple captaining Haaland over here. I think Salah is also looking good this week. You can start him and captain him as well. Keep your questions coming, guys, and please hit the like button in the stream. That would be really helpful, I think, in the algorithm to reach as many people and discuss more FPL and bring you more videos in the future as well. And please do share the video if you like it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. Okay, guys, I just take you to the other one as well. This is again by Rob TFPL, where he looks at the projected goals and clean sheet odds of teams. And so let's look at the goals first. City again, standout fixture, 3.30, and Liverpool surprisingly at 2.95 against Brentford. I mean, it's not surprising. Liverpool already always are great, but it's surprising how close to City they are. They are like comfortably the second best team in terms of attack this week, close, very close to City, and maybe you could see a Salah brace as well to match your Haaland captainers. If you don't have Haaland, don't worry, just captain Salah. I think he has a great potential in this fixture as well. Last week he looked lively, he looked central, so you will get the Mo Salah of the old this season as well. And slot system does look like it's going to suit him. So keep your Salah and captain him. I think it's a great fixture. Tottenham 2.35 against Everton. Everton are depleted at the back. They don't have Tarkowski. They don't have Branthwaite. They have Young suspended, so they don't have Patterson also. So they don't have many options. They don't have Coleman. So they're probably going to play Keane and Holgate and maybe Kids. That means they have depleted going away to Tottenham. Tottenham were really good last week, but still didn't get come back with the win. So that was difficult for Tottenham. But I expect Tottenham to score a lot of goals against Everton, and that probably for Solanke owners is a miss, because if he had played this fixture, he would have been an outside shout for a captain if you didn't have Haaland as well, and he would have probably gotten a lot of joy against this Everton defense. So I do think it's a good team to target as well. And if you have your Son, you can take a punt on him as captaincy, because I think this game without Solanke, a lot of things might run through Song, unlike the one last game, and at home he probably tends to be a little better. Looking at the other teams, Chelsea have 1.95. I think you can start your Nkunku's in your team. I think let's go through a little bit about Nkunku as well. I think he did play 57 minutes on Thursday, so he's sort of getting into the fitness. I'm not sure if he'll play central or left. If Joe Felix starts, then Nkunku might play left as well. So it's interesting to see, but I don't think he's a sell this week. There are other priorities, and if he does play, Chelsea have a good chance of scoring as well. And Arsenal again against Aston Villa should be a closer game, but I think Arsenal looks solid. Starting their defenders is good. Still, they have a 32% odds for a clean sheet, so starting their defenders does sound good. Looking at the other clean sheet, City again overwhelming favorites for keeping the clean sheet this week. 55%. They are more likely to keep a clean sheet than not. So yeah, start your City defenders. I would be happy having a Guardiol, and maybe an outside shout for a Kwanzaa replacement is also Rico Lewis, who currently looks like he's going to start. But again, it's very risky, I'd say, but it's a good punt on that. And Fulham are predicted to score 1.75 goals this season. The odds are favoring them. So it sounds good for the Moonies and ESR in your teams, and maybe a clean sheet as well with Robinson, who's also very attacking, who could get into the chances. So yeah, I'll get back to answering some of the questions. From Vaibhav, Smithrow versus Pedro and Anderson versus Consta. I don't think Anderson will start already for Fulham, so I'm sure you'll have only Consa left, so you probably have to start him. But if it's a different structure, then if you have another defender better, you could start that. Smithrow versus Pedro, I'd say Smithrow. Tushar Patil, I have Kwanzaa, Barco, and Solanke. Should I go -4? I don't think you should go -4, but I'd say remove Solanke for Mateta or Muniz. Ahmad replacement, is Winks a good choice? No, I don't think so, because Winks is a very defensive midfielder. So he's just there. You're not going to play him many weeks. Ahmad replacement, I think you can continue playing Ahmad for this week if you have him so far, and then sort of get the two free transfers and try to upgrade him to maybe a Smith Rowe or a Minte, or maybe even further to a 6.5 midfielder or 7 midfielder. Hi, Paul Kammer. Raya, Gabriel, Cucurella, Poro, Rice, Gordon, Palmer, Bernardo, Garnacho, Watkins, Isak. Benches, Martinez, Nunez, Matson, Mikolenko. What's your view? I think your captaincy is sort of lacking this week. I don't think there's a standout captain. Maybe you can captain Palmer, but I'd be happier captaining a Salah or a Haaland. So I might want to bring in one of them who and doesn't have a Liverpool player who have great fixtures other than Nunez, who have great fixtures. So I'd like to move towards bringing in a couple of Liverpool players as well. Hi, Vatsal. So have Solanke, Kwanzaa, and Barcos. Barco now to what should I do? I think sell Solanke in that case. If you have all three, sell Solanke for a forward, either Muniz, Mateta, or Armstrong. I think um, keep Nkunku. Thinking punting on Doku or Kulu. I think keep Nkunku for this week. No need for punts at so early. It like you can take punts, but they should be calculated during the season. And game week 2 is not the right time to have your punt, especially when you're planning towards the next 4 or 5 game weeks. Try to save transfers unless you're forced to making transfers with the injuries. Nkunku, I think you can give him another week. Is Pedro Porro starting? Yes, he's been told to. He's been past fit, so he's expected to start. Joao Pedro is a Robinson whom to start. I start here. I'd start the attacker, but it's a very close one because Robinson has a very good home fixture. But I'm a person who always suggests saying a good home or decent home fixture for an attacker is better than a good home fixture for a defender. So I'd say start Joao Pedro. Triple captain Haaland. I have been mentioning it in this live video so far that it does seem like a very good opportunity, especially my team. I'm currently still leaning towards triple captaining him and might end up doing that come deadline as well. So it's a good option for me. But there are people slightly skeptical about it because it's too early in the season. You don't have much information, and eventually you probably might have better weeks to triple captain. But I think this is a solid week for Haaland. He'll play 90 minutes, and I'd probably vouch towards him scoring a couple of goals or 3 goals. And also, it's also a personal thing. Historically, for me, I don't think the triple captain has worked so well as I have expected my team to do. Maybe that's a reason coming towards that because I've not gotten more than 10 to 12 points from a triple captain. So that I can bet in a single game week as well, right? And looking at the double game weeks, there will be only 2 double game weeks this season unless something unprecedented happens. In game week 33 and game week 36, I'm presuming, and that will be a better option to play either your free hit or a bench boost definitely, or your mystery chip depending on what it is. So I think triple captain will mostly fall into a single game week, and this sounds like one of the best fixtures. Start to Smithrow, Joao Pedro, and Nkunku. I'd sort of bench Joao Pedro in that and start Smithrow and Nkunku for Devang. Will Solanke start from game week 3? Should I keep him? So if you have a good bench, start the bench, keep Solanke, wait for more news. It could be that he's only out for 1 week. But if you don't have a good bench, then I'd say you should go towards selling Solanke. Um, yes, start to Muniz, Robinson, ESR. I'd start the two attackers, Muniz and ESR in that case. Yeah. Let's go back to looking at the Rob T graphic. One of the closer games will be probably the first game of the evening, which is Manchester United taking on Brighton. That will be a very close game, could be a high scoring game. Also, according to the odds, both tipped to score more than 1.5 goals. So I think your Bruno Fernandes would probably be continue to be a good asset this week. He dodged a few points last week. If you have him, I'd be happy having him. I think it's a fine fixture for him. Um, Newcastle are tipped to score 1.8 goals as well. That could be a good game, high scoring game. So that's why I wouldn't start Hall. I'd probably start Robinson, who has the home fixture, over Hall, who has the away fixture, and even Saliba. So in my team, I have Hall. I'm benching him because it's the away fixture, and I think they are more prone towards conceding a goal. Now that Share is also suspended, it's going to be not the best of defenses. It's going to be Kraft and Burn. So I'm not too confident of Hall or Newcastle keeping a clean sheet. Devang high, Bernardo Kovacic and Savinho first half goals, and Haaland subbed off at halftime because City cruising would be the most FPL moment. Haha. Yeah, I think there have been things happening in the FPL which you just can't predict earlier and just ends up happening. Weird things end up happening, and that could be one of the things. But realistically, I think there's no reason to sub out Haaland. Even though City are cruising, there's only reason for Haaland to play more minutes and play the 90 minutes because there's basically nothing until the next game week where they play. I think they play West Ham away. So it's just it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me to sub Haaland out, especially if you don't have a striker in the bench now that Alvarez is gone. So that is another plus point for him. Took out Barco early. Now I'm stuck with Solanke. Should I take a -4, have point 0.5 in the bank? Ah, that sounds a little harsh to you. But depends on your bench. If you have a good bench, then you can play that and bench Solanke. But yeah, I mean, depends on who you have in the bench. Has name, please. Could you let me know who you have in the bench? I could suggest you. Um, Smithrow or Rogers, whom to bench? I'd say Rogers. Start Martsen or Mikolenko. That's close. I think Martsen won't start, so I'd say Mikolenko. I have Aina, Barco, and Konsa as the third defender options. Should I do Aina to Robinson? Yeah, I think that could be viable. I'm not, but Aina could end up starting, which could probably hurt you. But I think Robinson is a very good defender to have. He's a standout 4.5 defender at the moment in the game. He was top. He was among the top mix for chances created last season, and he'll continue to create chances, and he will take good positions this game, I think. So Robinson is a good defender to have. So maybe you can do the transfer. Solanke replacement, Muniz or Armstrong? I'd say Armstrong over Muniz, but Muniz is also a good option. Armstrong just because he's point 0.5 cheaper and he's more likely to play 90 minutes, and he's definitely on penalties. For Fulham, you might see Andreas Pereira take penalties instead of Muniz. Best replacement for Solanke under 8 million. Mateta, Armstrong, and Muniz. I'm just typing it on the chat as well. Best, because that seems to be a very important topic. So yeah, it's on screen. I'm putting that best Solanke replacements for a while on screen so that you can take a look at it. And yeah, I mean Mateta will get more minutes this week. I think he's a very good option at 7.5. But I'm not sure many of you will have point 0.6. That again is a harsh thing. Maybe if Havertz hadn't risen, anyone with a point 0.5 should have just gone Havertz because he looks very, very good at the moment. But if it is 7.5 or below, these are the options. Will Gakpo start? I don't think Gakpo starts. I think he comes off the bench. Vandenberg, Winks, Howard Bellis is your bench. Okay. I don't think you can start. You can start Howard Bellis this week. He has a fairly okay fixture. So yeah, I think hold Solanke for this week and try to look for a better transfer next week. And a -4 just doesn't warrant it for me right now. Any lineups news for Manchester United? I'm on it. I will let you know if there are any leaks. Why is no one speaking about Vardy? Yes, why is no one speaking about Vardy? I think he's been great in the history of FPL. He's been scoring a lot of goals over the years, but now he has he's basically playing this season as like just to have a lot of fun in the league. Or he has been very historic in. But I'm not sure about him and Leicester's attack yet. I don't think they look fully convincing against Tottenham. They have a lot of players who have left the club. They have a few players injured. So it's probably a time where you should wait and watch and see if Vardy is back to the Vardy of the old. Often he could be, because last year in the championship he did do really well. But the more convincing assets who will play 90 minutes, there are a few better assets than him, which is Armstrong, which is Muniz for 0.5 more. So that's the reason why Vardy is not being very popular right now. But soon Vardy might end up becoming popular. So it's just a wait and watch for me, and not the better, not one of the best options right now, although he can prove us wrong. Is it worth keeping Barco now or just hold on? Replacing Barco now or not, or just hold on to him? If you don't have any other transfer headaches, just hold on to him. He's also locked in price, so he's not going to drop in price for a while. So you can sell him eventually. Start Gabriel or burn Gabriel. Definitely Gabriel. Start Poro or Robinson. I start Poro because of his he's a much better attacking potential wise. Should I transfer out Gakpo this week or roll and transfer then get Saka for Nkunku and downgrade Gakpo? Yeah, I'd say roll and do that next week and try to have a one of your bench players to play instead of Gakpo this week, because I don't think he would start. Looking for some Manchester United team news. I will let you know as and when I get some news, and could probably get some Brighton team news as well. So keep keep yourself tuned, guys. We will get some. I'm hopeful to getting some leak. Yeah, I'm just scrolling through to check if there is some leaks coming out. Nothing yet. It's half an hour to deadline, guys. So try to wrap up with your decisions and try to choose between which transfers you would like to have. I'm just going back to my team. Try and sort your benching order as well, uh, which could be crucial every week. Currently, I think Hall is starting in my benching order, then Sangare, then Robinson for my team. I'd suggest you to sort out your benching order as well. Any 5 million forward that starts? Not really. Jebison could have started, but they have signed. Bournemouth have signed Evan Nilsson now, so I don't think he starts as well. There are not many 5.0 assets. Let's just go and scroll through the transfer page to see if there are any. But I don't think there are any. But I think there are enough forwards for you to change the structure and use the 5.0 midfielders as such, because there are quite a few over there. But yeah, Mark Yu, who did miss that big chance in the weekend, in the midweek for Chelsea, but I don't think he starts for Chelsea in the Premier League. Um, yeah, there's I don't any of them. Like there are some names, Archer, Ings, who could end up starting, but no. Daka is a good option, but he is out long term, so he's gonna be out for a few months. So once he comes back, maybe he becomes a good option, but there's basically nobody else in the 5 million bracket for the forwards. So unfortunately, we don't have great 5 million options in a forward. Trippier news, I don't think he would start. What we got to know yesterday from the manager is that Trippier is training with the team amidst his transfer, like transfer rumors around it, all the business that's happening behind the scenes. He's still training well with the team. He was in the squad, but was an unused substitute against Southampton last week. But he's not going to start. I don't think he will start. Livramento is currently in a time in his career where he has to start almost every game, and he's a very, very, very good player. So Trippier towards the end of last season was not great for Newcastle either. I think Trippier is not going to start today, and he's a sell. I think if Trippier is not going to start, he's at 5.9 million. You have to sell him for a Poro or maybe a Diaz, because it's just too much money to have a player who's not going to play. Um, Vardy, I think he's a fine option, but I think Muniz and Armstrong are definitely better options. So is João Pedro. Although João Pedro is a minutes risk himself, he's slightly a better option than Vardy. But yeah, the people who remember the Vardy of the old and would like to back him to continue to doing that can still go Vardy, I'd say. Do you think Rashford will start? Yes, I do think Rashford will start. We will get some news leaks soon as well. What are the chances for Martson getting regular starts? Should I downgrade him and get a better forward? So I think Dean is currently starting the Premier League games. Martson will probably look into starting the Champions League games once those start coming. And Aston Villa need their squad depth. They are that is very, very important for them. They've signed Onana for that. They let go of Douglas Lewis, but they have Onana. They have signed Barkley as well. So they have a few options for the depth of their team. So they are looking to improve in that. But coming back to the point, I think Martson doesn't start for the time being, but he might end up taking more games eventually. That's basically what I think. So currently, I'd say you probably remove him, but I don't think this week particularly, because you will have to take a hit, which I'm not a fan of. So you just bench him for this week and try to move him out next week. Hi Ansh, have Barco, Kwanzaa, and Solanke. Should I sell Solanke plus Kwanzaa for Muniz and Robinson and hold the other transfer? And play Kwanzaa and wing. So if you are to sell Solanke plus Kwanzaa to 5.56 million, then I'd say you should probably improve your Kwanzaa to a Guardiol. So that's the only thing I see an upside in this week. I think Kwanzaa to a Guardiol and Solanke down to an Armstrong looks to be an upside in this week. But Other than that, I wouldn't take a hit. I just do Solanke to Muniz and start one of your other bench options if you do have another bench option. Uh, yeah, I mean, if you could let me know your bench so I could suggest you a little more Ansh. Um, yeah, Karsh. I have Smith Rowe, Bailey, and Kuku, Eze, Jota, and 1 million left. Is it worth replacing Bailey? If yes, who to get in 7.5 to use to replace? I don't think. Just start him. Maybe there is a chance Arsenal are a good team. Bailey is starting for them. He was very close to scoring a goal in game week 1 as well. He hit the post from a very good angle. Very good chance. So I'd say start Bailey for this week and then see next week. When you have more transfers, you'll have more options to look around. Going to sell Guardiol in a couple of weeks. Would you go Arsenal defender or Pedro Porro? I'm leaning towards Arsenal, but Pedro Porro is such an attacking option, hard to ignore. Definitely, Pedro Porro is one of the going under the radar options. I think early on, he's a very, very good option at the moment. 5.5, probably you get the 0.5 to save and spend elsewhere as well. But I'd still lean towards the Arsenal defender because they are very, very reliable for clean sheets every week, while Porro is not. Solanke might get -1, -0.1 tonight. Should I take a -4? Or I don't think you should think too much about the value at the moment, especially with your transfers. I don't think it's gonna unless it's gonna price you out of the move which you really want to make. Don't worry about the value. Don't make a transfer just for the sake of making the transfer because he's dropping in price. That's not how it should be done. Your 4 points is more valuable than a 0.1 million transfer. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. Already have Guardiol, Solanke to Wood or Visa suggestions for under 7.5 million. I think it's on my screen currently on the chat, which I have pinned, where's best Solanke replacements. One is Mateta, second is Armstrong, third is Muniz. Then only I go to Wood. Visa is a good option, but he doesn't have good fixtures, so that's why Visa is currently not in the list. -4 selling Bruno for KDB or Ferdon worth. I don't think it's worth. I think Bruno has a good fixture. Nkunku or Mazraoui. I'd start Nkunku. I think Brighton scores, so I'd start Nkunku definitely. Looking for some United news. Hopefully it comes to the table. Right. Muniz or Mateta for Solanke, I'd say Mateta. But if you want to save the money, then you can go to Armstrong or Muniz. Suppose, for example, if you want to do Saka to Salah in a future game week, then you can maybe downgrade Solanke to an Armstrong or Muniz. Armstrong has very good fixtures, so he's definitely an option to think about. Thoughts on Mazraoui? Good option. I think United look fine defensively this season with Delete and Martinez starting eventually. I think they will be solid. So if the fixtures are good, Mazraoui is a good option. He's one of the better options for replacement of Kwanzaa. I just think Robinson's fixture are a little better than United's fixtures. But let's just take you through United's fixtures as well, and then we can maybe look into when Mazraoui could be a good option. So from game week 8 onwards, I think they have a line of very good fixtures till game week 13. That's a good time to bring in United defender, maybe even continuing to game week 18 if you have like a combination where you can bench him for the 2 away game weeks against Arsenal and Man City. So that's a good time to bring in a United defender who's 4.5. Mazraoui is full 4.5. Martinez is 4.5. Delete is 5 million, so you probably ignore him, but you have good options there. So Mazraoui is a good option, but currently I'd say Robinson is a better option for this week as a Kwanzaa replacement. Bench is Winks, Konsa, Barco. So yeah, I mean, if you have Guardiola, Saliba, Konsa, you can start them, and Eze, Saka, Nkunku, Jota, Haaland, Isak, Solanke. So you can just remove Solanke for another forward. I don't think -4 is a worth transfer for a defender. So you can just keep Konsa and Kwanzaa for this week and just do Solanke to one of the forwards I've suggested on the screen. Diaz and Muniz without -4 or Isak and Garden with -4. Which Diaz are you trying to suggest? Is it Luis Diaz or Ben Brereton Diaz? And yeah, I mean, just are they try to tell which transfer you're planning to make? If you try to reframe the sentence and say, then it could be a little easier for me to explain. There's 20 minutes left for the deadline, guys. So just try to uh, finish up your plans, ask your questions, and we can look at it. Diaz and Nunes is a good combination to have this week, so you can continue with them. I don't think you need to make any transfer at this moment. Luis Diaz was among the chances last week. He got a big chance. His XG was also zero point 0.7 plus, so he did put up numbers similar to Salah and Jota, just that he didn't convert his chance. But I do expect him to maybe pitch in among with the goals in the next few weeks. So he's fine to hold a good differential. Solanke and Kwanzaa to Armstrong and Robinson for -4, or Solanke to Armstrong. Solanke to Armstrong. If you don't, if you yeah, Solanke to Armstrong, I definitely look to do. Then Kwanzaa instead of Robinson, you can maybe do a Guardiol if you don't have him, or even a Gabriel for Arsenal, or a Pedro Porro. So I think that looks like a better option than just doing Robinson, because I think it's not a -4. Although Robinson is a good option at 4.5, might look to spend that money a little more. But yeah, Robinson is also a good option. Not denying that. Maybe if you want to use that money somewhere else, then you can do that. Okay, just going back to showing you Anshuman's team and his transfer for this week. This is what he had shared with me. Um, Basically, he has Henderson on goal, Robinson, Saliba, Munoz, Nkunku, Jota, Gordon, Saka, Haaland, Isak, and Mateta. I think he removed Solanke, brought in Mateta, and he has Kwanzaa and Barco on the bench along with Winks and his 4.0 goalkeeper. So that has been his transfers for this week, and he has done what I also suggest as the best replacement for Solanke this week. Like if you don't want to save up your money, that is, which is Jean Philippe Mateta. Any other confirmed defender other than Guardiol? I think Porro is a good option. I think Gabriel is a good option. I also think Robertson is a good option if you don't have Trent. If you don't have Trent, Robinson does look like a good option, because if you do get to the fixtures over here, Liverpool have Brentford at home, Manchester United away, then Nottingham Forest at home, and Bournemouth at home, and then Wolves away. I think they have very good fixtures coming up. So if you don't have Robertson, you could go there as well. Triple captain Haaland, a shout. Currently, yes. You can see on the screen, I am currently triple captaining Haaland. Definitely a shout. One of the better single game weeks where you can triple captain Haaland. I think we are getting to the time where we might get team leaks. So just keeping an eye on that. And we'll let you know the lineups or the leaks we get for the Manchester United game, as well as the Manchester United lineup, as well as the Brighton lineup. Oh, City defender other than Josko. I think Josko is the best. Diaz probably second best because he will start almost every game. And Rico Lewis is also probably joint second best because he has the upside. He looks like he's playing very attacking, especially against Chelsea. You could see that, and he has very high ceiling this week. If and tip to start, Pep was full praise on him at the before the start of the season, so he will probably start to trust him a little more. That being said, it's Pep, it's City. We have been under that with Kwanzaa, with Liverpool. So it might be the same risk. You're jumping into the same thing again. So that's that. Again, it's a risk you have to see whether it's worth taking. Already have Arsenal, Liverpool, and Spurs, and Castle defend. Need a City defender. I don't think you need a City defender this week. I'm going without a City defender. I'm sure they are keeping a clean sheet, but I'm happy to bet on the long term against City with the kind of defenders I have. City have West Ham away next week, maybe if they concede there. So that's where I am with my team. I don't think City is a must-have defensively this week. Yes, but not going forward. Okay, guys, I just add in with a like, share, and subscribe club. So if you haven't liked the deadline stream, please try to look and hit the like icon, and also hit the subscribe. Share the channel and the live stream if you like it, and if you and we will come back with more videos. We are trying to experiment on different formats on what could work and what could provide you the best information in the most efficient way, so that you get to make the best decisions in FPL to sort of climb in your ranks. And we will have a great long fun season. I think there'll be a lot of different things happening, and all of us love FPL just for for that very reason. So yeah, it would be nice if you could support us, and also like try looking at our other videos. We are trying to make videos throughout the week. We are going to come back probably with a review video, and like a sort of a preview for next week on either Monday or Tuesday. And then we'll Anshuman does the not sitting on the fence, where he's just going to dedicate that particular video to not sit on the fence and give his opinion on what it is between two, so that you have a clear opinion on that, instead of going discussing about the pros and cons. Then we also have the deadline, the press conference decision making video, which I put out on Fridays after the press conference news, which we have. It's a very short video, 5 to 6 minutes, so that you can quickly skim through what is the injury issues and updates for you to plan before the deadline. And then we have the deadline stream as usual, and we will try to plug in a couple of other Q&As, or maybe a team selection, to sort of make it a little more helpful for you. But yeah, please try to like, share, and subscribe this particular pod and the deadline stream. And do let me know if you have any further questions, any dilemmas, any other non-FPL questions regarding the football for this weekend as well. So we can look at what these guys are up to, and what looks like another good season ahead for the Premier League. And we do love watching the Premier League, right? Okay. Mazroy or Hall and the starting 11, I lean towards Mazroy, because I think United look like a better defense last week. So that leans me towards Mazroy, and I think they have a fine. I mean, both of them concede for me, so that's definitely there. But yeah, I think United look like a slightly better fixture defense than Newcastle right now. That's purely it. It's very close. Should Livramento be considered an FPL regular pick? Definitely yes, but let the Newcastle fixtures clear up a little bit. I'd say, because you look at their fixtures right now. I'll just open up Hall. It's Bournemouth away, Spurs home, Wolves away, Fulham away, Man City home, Everton away. In the next six, then they have Chelsea away, Arsenal home, which all are fixtures that they probably will concede goals. So it's good from an attacking point of view, but not so much from a defensive point of view. But coming from game week 15 onwards, their fixtures start to get better, and then that's a time where you can invest on Livramento, and sort of find the best rotation around him. Eventually, especially if Trippier leaves, and Livramento does look like a solid option. But now I'd say avoid the Newcastle defense for the time being, and continue with what you have right now. Start to Hall, Robinson and Munoz, Tyson. ESR or Hall plus Mazrai in 4-4-2. ESR is starting over Hall and Mazrai. So like, don't look at starting another defender. Try to start your attacker. ESR definitely. Then it's either Mazrai or Hall, and I'd say you take a call. I think Mazrai is a little better. Start Konza, Rogers, Robinson and Munoz. Yeah, I'd say Robinson and Munoz definitely over Hall. Hall as an away fixture. Henderson, Trent, Munoz, Hall, Salah, Jota, Eze, ESR, Muniz, Isak, Haaland, Bentley, Robinson, Wink, Barco. I think it's a good team. Start Robinson over Hall, and it's a team good to go. Captain your Haaland. You have Haaland, Salah, Jota. I think it's a very good team, especially in a game week where Saka might not have the best of fixtures away from home against Aston Villa. This is a good team, which I expect to do well. Good luck, Tyson. Solanke to Muniz or Armstrong. I'd lean towards Armstrong for the 0.5 million. Should I start Armstrong over one of Bailey, Eze, and Kunku? I'd probably start him as over Bailey because Bailey has Arsenal. Arsenal are the best defense in the league, so I start him over Bailey. Triple captain Haaland. I am doing it, and I'm set to do it. It's 10 minutes to the deadline because I don't think it. I don't love the triple captainship, and I just want to have some fun doing it in a Haaland Ipswich at home fixture where he's going to play 90 minutes. So that's my reasoning. So if you're on with that reasoning, then you can sort of go ahead with the triple captain. But I'm pretty sure there will be good weeks in the future that you can triple captain any of your Haaland or Salah. So there are definitely weeks in the future, even single game weeks. There might be a couple of double game weeks where triple captain could work out. And this season, the other thing with double game week is we are looking at free hit, mystery chip, or bench boost. That's what I'm looking at. But you could also save your transfers and sort of have a good squad and to do your triple captain for the double game week, which is also a good strategy. So there's no one way to playing FPL. We saw that last year. We probably see that again this year. So if you're good to go with the triple captain, if you're confident, go for it. If not, you can, or you'll always get another chance. It's very early in the season. Where Ipswich good against Liverpool defensively in the first half, they looked pretty good. They looked like they looked with full intent, but second half they conceded 2.5 expected goals, which is not good. So I'm not sure how they'll set up against City though. I don't think they will be as intense as they were against Liverpool in that first half. Maybe if they are, then I think I see a lot of goals for City because City have more control of the ball than Liverpool at the moment. So I'm sure that City will get a lot of chances, high XG. And as we did see in the Rob T graphic over here, which says City have the odds to score 3.3 goals this week, which is great. And this, when you look at paper, it's like Pep of the old playing with his wingers. It's a 5 goal fixture for City. And if that's the case, and if Haaland is starting and playing 90 minutes, you look at the this graphic, and on the top right, you look at the share percentage of Haaland of City's goals, and it's 40%. So if City scored 5 goals, then Haaland is likely to score 2 goals, and maybe even more, maybe an assist here and there. So it's a good fixture for me personally. It a lot of things align towards it. The only things that don't are looking at is which are a little bit of an unknown, and there's probably might be a better opportunity which which you're not aware of right now. But now that we have only two double game week fixtures, and triple captain is something that has not always been great for me, I'm going with it. Um, as a non-Trent slash Salah owner, when would be a good week to look to bring one of them in, or do I even need to ask a Jota slash Haaland owner? I think it's a good conversation to have, and I think we'll have more of that in the coming weeks. If you look at the fixtures, Liverpool, I think Game Week 4 and Game Week 5, two home fixtures, prime home fixtures, where you will be dreading not having Salah, especially, and also not Trent. So I'm personally looking at a strategy where I bring in Salah in Game Week 4, and he's a standout captain in Game Week 5, where City and Arsenal play each other. So that's where you should probably look at, try to save your transfer or make your transfers in a way that it sort of helps it. So, for example, if you have a Solanke, downgrading him to a Muniz or Armstrong will give you that money to do a Saka to a Salah in Game Week 4 and Game Week 5. And at the same time, Saka in Game Week 4 and Game Week 5 has Tottenham away and Man City away, where Salah has Nottingham Forest home and Bournemouth at home. So that's when you'd probably lean towards the Salah and give that more 2.5 million. It's 7 minutes done. I'm quickly going to answer all your questions. Garnacho, ESR, Nkunku, whom to start? Garnacho, ESR, Nkunku, Moon is whom to start. I'd probably bench Garnacho. I'll play ESR definitely, and Moon is definitely, and then Nkunku as well. I'm not sure. Oh, you were asking me 1 to start, 2 to start, 3 to start. I'm not sure about that. If you would clarify that, I could answer that question better. Zain, take Solanke and Kwanzaa out for a 4.5 striker and Trent for -4, or just get Rico Lewis and hold Solanke. I think the latter, I'd like that. Just take Rico Lewis and hold Solanke. Because I think you'll find a way to get Trent later. Do you think Bernardo Silva will start? He will start, but he'll be in the midfield, so I'm not sure if he's a good asset. I have Hi Vatsal, have Saka and Jota with Haaland. Should I look into getting Salah still by making room and money? for that, I'm also doing that. I have the same situation as you. If you can see my team, I'll just show you. I'll just remove this. I also have Jota and Saka in my team. What I'm planning to do is hold my transfers this week and maybe even next week, and then sort of rearrange my team to remove Saka and maybe an Isak or someone else, or maybe a Gabriel to bring in Salah in my team. So that's how I'm looking to bring. And Nkunku will also give that some money for me to bring in Salah. So holding the transfer is one of the better options. Solanke to Mateta for a -4 or play Rogers as Arsenal. I'd say the latter, Salmon. 3 to start out of Garnacho, ESR, and Coco Muniz. I'd say ESR and Coco Muniz. Any leaks? Let me just look at my leaks. 1 second. I'm just gonna see if there are any team leaks and get back to you. Um, don't see any team leaks as of now for United, which is pretty surprising for me. Don't think there are any team leaks at this moment. No, I don't see many team leaks at the moment. Um, I'm sorry, Collins, I didn't get your question. Could you sort of elaborate it so that I can answer that? But yeah, I think I'm pretty set on Haaland triple captain at the moment. This is how my team is looking. It's Henderson on goal, Alexander Arnold, Gabriel Robinson, Jota, Eze, Saka, Nkunku, Muniz, Isak, and Haaland. The only thing is, I'm not sure who's the second best triple captain option if Haaland doesn't play for some reason. So I put my triple vice captain on Jota for the moment. I think he has the best home fixture. Bentley, Hall, Sangare, and Johnson are my bench. Okay, I think we are 3 minutes away from deadline. So just the final like, share, subscribe plug. Please do like the stream, share it, and please subscribe for the channel. We are coming up with more videos for the season, and it's going to be a good long season and fun FPL to choose between. So yeah, that's that. Any more questions? If not, I think I can end the stream with 2 minutes to go and allow you some time to finish your transfers and lock in your teams. My team looks locked in at the moment. Yes, I'm playing triple captain. I'm a bit little nervous about it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's okay. I'm gonna play it. I have 3 more chips coming up. I have a wild card coming up. I can just take this out of my way. Yep, I am going to play my triple captain. I think this it's against my style. I look at looking into holding these until you get more sort of information towards the future. But I think it's a prime fixture for Haaland, and you are going to look at captaining in single game weeks this season. Then I am looking towards triple captaining Haaland. Anshuman is not available today. He's in the west coast of USA, so it's middle of the night. Ahmad or Harwood Bellis, I'd say start Ahmad. The attacker, I'd always go with that. Just quickly looking at any last minute team leagues. I don't think there are any team leagues for today, unfortunately. Okay. The team is getting locked. I am currently on triple captain Haaland. I will be on triple captain Haaland. Uh, Man City play Ipswich at home. Prime fixture. I'm just hoping that the luck plays on my end, and in that if that's the case, then I'm sort of trying to feast a few points over here and sort of jump in the bus a little early, jump up the ranks a little early, so that I think Anshuman made this point on the pod as well. If you sort of jump a little early, then you're probably more likely to hold on to your ranks at the start. But that's the sort of theory I'm trying to test out. Let's see. And deadline, thank you for the stream. Yes, thank you, Vatsal. And good luck for everyone. Good luck to you, Vatsal. Thank you, Haaland triple captain. Let's see how it goes. Triple captain has been burnt by me right now. I'm already dreading the decision, but let's see how it goes. Okay, that's it from the stream, guys. Hope you like the stream, and yeah, see you soon. I think there will be a review video on Monday or Tuesday, so do check that out and see what are the stats that stood out this weekend. Thank you.